if you're thinking about investing in the stock market, this is the video for you because I've done all the hard work. All you gotta do is just watch the videos, right? And the videos are for free 99. Don't need to join the Discord, don't need to pay anything. The videos are free 99. And here's what I need you to take from the videos. I need you to understand that when we're gonna invest in the stock market and we have little to no money, right? We have less than 500, we have less than 5,000, we have less than 10,000. We have like in the spectrum of things when it comes to like investing in the stock market and like making, I guess, monthly income or whatever, like in the grand scheme of things, you really need a lot of money, right? You need like say I'd say maybe like 300K if you're like not trading on margin. If you're trading on margin, yeah, like you're selling 300K, but nonetheless, this video is for those, this series, I've been doing this series ever since November 13th last year, 2025. This series for those who want to get started and haven't gotten started, or maybe you have gotten started and you're just like kind of lost and you're like, man, I don't know what to invest in. I don't know where to put my money in. This video isn't for you to like, this isn't financial advice, right? This isn't me telling you, you should put your money into this, you should put your money into that. No, this is awareness of what you could put your money into and how to do it and how to build a consistent strategy and how to create the mindset and what's going to come and how to handle it, right? So, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, when you decide that you want to invest, the first thing you're going to want to need is a broker. A broker. I like Robinhood. I like Robinhood to like teach and do things, and I like Robinhood, right? Because it's pretty like people are gonna say like the traders, the advanced people. Like yes, I get it. There are better platforms, but for those that are just starting out, your Webull, Cash App, Robinhood, I love them. Now, once you have your broker in play, right, you're going to want to make a deposit. Like you can't buy stocks without making a deposit. So I'm going to need you to make a deposit, whatever the amount is. Do not be ashamed of the amount. Like, do not be ashamed. And I don't want you guys watching other people's account and looking at their numbers. And if you are going to look at their numbers, I want you to look at the percentages. I don't want you to look at the numbers. I want you to look at the percentages, right? So once you make that deposit, I need you to then find stocks that you are already buying like day to day, like as a human, whether it be products or services, right? Let's say it's Walmart, Target, like, and that's another thing too. Like what I like about the stock market is you can invest in like the competition, right? Like Target. Let's look at Target. Target is $130 per share. And let's look at the year to date. Year to date, Target is up 33%, 30 bucks. Now, let's look at Walmart. Walmart, it's like almost the same price. Year to date, it's up $20. It's up 18%. So that's why I say let's look at percentages. 18%, right? Let's not look at numbers. So I could invest in both competitors, right? That's what I like about the stock market is that you don't necessarily need to like just because you like a certain company doesn't mean that you can't invest in companies that you don't necessarily like or use per se, if that makes sense. Like if you're an Android type of person, right? And you're like, oh, I despise Microsoft. Or I despise Apple, excuse me. And like the products per se, like not necessarily Apple itself, but you just don't like the product, right? That doesn't mean you can't buy Apple shares. So once you figure out the stocks that you like, right, the next thing I want you to do is continue making deposits. So you're going to create an account, make a deposit, find stocks that you like, buy the stocks, and make another deposit and rinse and repeat. If you do that for a period of time, when I say a period of time, like even over the course of like let's say we're talking about a course of a 3 year span, 4 year span. When you're in it 6 months, right? You're in it 6 months. You're left with what? Like what is it? Whatever, 3.5 years. You're left with 3.5 years of time. But within that 6 month is a small enough scale to show you where you were and where you're at, right? So even here, me doing this, I have a small enough scale. Well, Coca-Cola. Is Coca-Cola up? Holy smart. Oh, that's today. I'm like, dang. I thought it was up like 300, but that's today. Jeez. Okay. Um, so let's look at. I clicked the wrong button. So I say that because look at my portfolio, and if you watched my previous video, and if you haven't, I encourage you to take the time out to watch some of my videos, so like these future videos can make sense, right? Especially if you're a newbie. I was down once upon a time on Microsoft. I was down on a lot of these tech stocks. But look, we're up. We're up. It's crazy. And I know a lot of people are up, whatever. But it's just like when I got in, started doing this video series with you guys, I started buying a lot of these stuff at the top. Like a lot of these stocks were I bought at the top. And right now, some of these stocks haven't reached. Like I said, I started November 13th. Let's look. November 13th. November 13th. Where are we at? November. Right here. Right here. $500. Microsoft was $500. Microsoft is still hasn't recovered to 500, but I'm up. How am I up? You have to watch the series to understand how I'm up. And then yes, I know there's somebody in the comments. Let me go back to the stock. I know there's someone in the comments that's gonna say, "Whoa, bro, you're only up $8.46." That's cool, but I'm up 7% in a span of 6 months. So I'm basically like netting like a percent a month. Wow. And you gotta think about it. Yeah, it's not a lot of money, but how much money do I have invested? Right? Like right here, let's look. How much money do I have invested? I have 120, no, 100 like $11, $112. I have $112 invested. So over the course of 6 months, I kind of like you could say I invested $112, and that $112 in 6 months has netted me 7%. Where would I get that? Right? Where would I get that? And I have the ability to withdraw the money. Like the money's not trapped anywhere, you know? Like yeah, I gotta pay taxes on it and stuff later on, but I'd rather have that problem, right? I'd rather have that problem that I gotta pay taxes on money that I made. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go over plays with you guys. If you've been following my journey, you already know what the deal is. If this is your first time, I'm gonna go over the plays that I have today, go over some of my strategy, plan for today, plan for tomorrow, plan for a couple weeks, just so I can be at flow. There's gonna be a point where you're in the market for a while, and now you're floating with the market. Versus like when you just get into the market, it's like some people are trying to find their leg. They're just trying to like swim. So right now, I'm trying to get plays out in the future. That way, like my account, my decisions are being balanced, right? I'm not making just decisions just right now. I'm making decisions right now, but the effect will be in like 2 weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the plays. First play right now, we have this Russell contract, futures contract. I don't know, man. I have a love and hate relationship with these futures, but we're up. We're still on it. We're gonna see what the market does. See if we retest these highs. I'm gonna probably cut it. I realize trading futures is like it's like 50 point play, especially if you're getting a one contract, a micro or mini, whatever it's called. So if I'm making like $50 or anywhere close to it, that's a good day. That's a good day. That's what I'm learning. So we got that in play. Second one in play right now, we have Coca-Cola. I just did this video yesterday, but Hey, listen, I'm happy if it does it. I'm happy if it does it because what I'm about to do and right in front of you guys right now is gonna stack my position, add more position. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 200 shares of Coca-Cola. And what I'm gonna do is buy 10 more shares of Coca-Cola. Why am I gonna buy 10 more shares of Coca-Cola? Because here is my thought process. Coca-Cola, I just got 10 shares. Okay. So I got 210 shares now of Coca-Cola. My thought process is Coca-Cola is to going to go above my strike prices for next week or next 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, next week. So next week I have the $77 77 strike price covered call. If you don't know what a covered call is, please watch my other videos. A covered call is I'm putting up my 100 shares for sale at this strike price at this expiration date. Sometimes my contract can get assigned before the expiration date if Coca-Cola were to make a ginormous rip. Let's say Coca-Cola went from 76 to $100. I'd probably get assigned before May 1st. But for now, it's looking like I probably would be getting a sign on May 1st. So for doing so, for putting my 100 shares up for sale, I got a $54 contract. I picked the $77 strike price and I'm getting a $54 a credit. Now, my average cost $76.45. If I sell it at the 77, I would be making $55 on the appreciation asset. And then I'd be making another $45 or $54 on the credit. So 54 plus 55 is 109. So next week, Friday, if Coca-Cola is above $77, the whole transaction I will make 109. It doesn't matter if Coca-Cola goes to 100, it goes to 200. My max gain that is capped is 109. That's the maximum I can make. Now, stick with me here because I bought the 10 shares and there's a reason behind it. So today is April 23rd. We have what? We have 6 more trading days till next week expiration. So that means I can buy 10 more shares 10 times. I can buy 10 more shares 10 more times and I'll have 70 shares, right? I have 70 shares by the time this contract expires, depending what the market does. If the market continues to rip, like every day I buy, and the market is ripping, cool. I'm stacking my positions in here. But if this thing takes a dip down, right, or we just stay kind of flat, I'm gonna stay flat with it, right? There's no reason. Like, let's say if this stays at 76 this whole entire time, I'm gonna stay flat with it. I'm just gonna keep attacking these like 77, 78 strike price. But if it continues to going up, I will subtly just keep buying 10, 10, 10. That way, when this expires, because this expires in 2 weeks, I will already have another set of 100 shares. I will cost average in. I don't have to like, oh, the stock just jumped and just get myself 100 shares and then tomorrow is a bloody day and whatever. No, we're going to ease our way into this covered call strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't by now, please take the time out and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please, I'm like growing this and I see you guys watching. So please subscribe, put a down on the video, go ahead and like the video. Well, I want to tell you guys, look, I live a great life and it's not just because of trading, it's because of the disciplines that you also got to put into your life, not just in trading, but once you put these things into your life, it just changes your life entirely. So let's get back to things, guys. So here, Coca-Cola, if it appreciates, and let's say here I got the $78 contract. $78 contract, I'm getting $40 of credit. So if this, but in 2 weeks, Coca-Cola continues to goes up, 78 minus 76.45 is 155. 155 plus 40 is 195. So I would make 195 just off this transaction. So 195 plus like 100 and change here, that's 200 and change if Coca-Cola decides to go up. So look, I'm okay with regardless it does because I want to hold on to Coca-Cola up until like June 5th because June 5th is ex dividend. So if I can collect premium, collect premium, collect premium, collect premium, and still hold on to Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola my net, not necessarily saying like the premium or not the appreciation. Like let's say the appreciation right now is depreciation. Like I'm not up on Coca-Cola, but let's say today is April 23rd. Let's say now up until April 23rd, Coca-Cola just stays at this price. It literally does not go to 77 or 78. Let's look at the contracts. Like look at this. This would what like relative what it would be every week. So this week the 77 would be 19. It'd be another like don't get these things fooled. This is just a lot of juice. Like look at this. Like there's still a lot of money on the table until June 15th. Let me see June 15th. June 18th. There's just money on the table. There's money on the table. So I can even because on ex dividend day, the stock usually goes down the next day. So I can come here, right? What was my 76 something? So I can come here, sell at the 70, sell at the 70, but I would be risking being assigned. So I wouldn't even do that. I would literally just be playing this weekly. Be playing it weekly and just taking whatever the market could give me. Like even if the $82 strike price right here, even if it gives me $5, I'll take it. Even if it gives me the most, I'll probably do 10. Like if you give me $10, I'll take it. 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 Because Coca-Cola dividends paying about like 55 cents per share. You know, you got 100 shares, that's $55. You got 200 shares, that's like $100. So I'm just trying to build that dividend leg. That way, when ex dividend comes around, we got our position and we can make some dividends. Next stock, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to buy. Everything is green, so we're just gonna buy some red things, some red things, some stocks that are red. Uh, Bank of America is about to go red. SPY, I can get into. I can get into. Where's the average? Not too much. And then let's see. Rose Caterpillar in a video. I'm missing the video for $1. It's red. As long as I keep buying red, red, red. Keep buying on red days. Don't be discouraged on red days not to buy. I think people sell on red days. We gotta buy on red days. Or even if it's red, even if it's red, try to sell positive, right? Like right now, Netflix is down per se, but I'm positive on the stock. So at least try to sell if it's a red day. You're positive on the stock. Boom. So we got the Netflix. We got the Netflix. We're gonna get the Microsoft. I can't believe like I was literally super down on Microsoft. I was down like $5 or whatever. And yes, I know it's not a lot of money, but it's like to be down five and to be up eight is like 13. And then I'm down $4 today. So it's like, yo, that was like a $17 move. Like that's crazy. All right, another position, another play I got here is SOFI. I bought the covered call I bought the covered call this morning. So I'm up on the covered call. I'll show it to you guys here. Boom. So I bought it back. So it's this one right here. So I got it for 151, right? I sold it for 151 and I bought it back for 75. So I made $76 on this. So I made $76 on it and I'm down on SoFi 90 bucks. So it's looking like a bad decision. Let's see what it's worth right now. 72. I bought it for 76. So $4, no big deal. Um I was thinking about waiting next week or seeing if even today if this thing pops green. I thought this thing was gonna pop green today. If it pops green, I want to get a next week covered call at the 19. That way, if this thing does pop green, um, we can make some profit, or maybe the 20. I'd have to get it because it's 1950. So I you have to get like the 20. That way, if it does pop green, we get some profit on appreciation. If not, um, we just made 70 bucks on this. We paid 1950, so we paid $1,950. So I'm already up $70 on this. So it's now what I invested is like $1,800. So it's like all these little cover calls, cover calls, cover calls. It's just like, okay, cool. If this were to go to zero, slowly were to go to zero, the most I could lose is about $2,000. But before it goes to zero and I were to collect, let's just say even $500 in premium, cool. Instead of losing like 2,000, I lost $1,500. No one wants to lose, but shit, excuse my language. I don't want to lose 2,000. It's better losing 1,500 than losing 2,000. So we got SoFi there. Right now, I'm really working on changing the portfolio up until like June-ish, after May and June, to more dividend play stocks. So I'm gonna sell out of 18 or 18. I'm gonna sell out of Intel here. I want to see if I can get closer to break even and sell these 5 shares. Eventually, I want to sell out of SoFi. I'm gonna see what that does. We have Western Digital that's been on a tear. I want this to come back down a little bit. We only are in for $1. Look at that. We bought for $1. We bought for $1 on April 15th. Like a week later, literally a week later, we're up 14%. This is why I want you guys to pay attention to percentages. Don't pay attention to the amount because percentages is the same. If I put $10 in, 14% would still be 14%. So 14% in 1 week. Where are we finding that at? Where are we finding that at? And it feels great to like be a market participant when and still be winning. And yeah, it's not a lot, but it's like shoot, I'm a market participant and I'm still making profit. This last play, guys, this one is Altria. This one is the dividend play that I'm working on getting into. I don't, I don't like it morally, but I like the payout, and I can see where tobacco companies. I can see where they're going in the next couple of years and stuff. So at a 6.5% yield, and they have weekly options. It's like, hey, this is so tempting. So what I'm doing is as well, I'm buying 10 shares every single day and seeing where my average cost is, and then building the wheel, working the wheel right there. Let's see, like on average, it's like $1.70. So it's like, bro, if I can get in here, if I get in here, and it's already appreciated, right? By the time I get 100, let's say appreciated to like 69, and I'm up, and the cover calls are giving me like $19. Yeah, I'm taking it. I am super taking it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, look at this. We're still up for the year. We like when we're down, but we're down from being up. We never like went down lower than where we like originally started, right? So that's all control, that's all balance, that's all being smart. Like even I have some like money right here, I can easily just go buy some stocks, but some days you just gotta sit on your hands and just be patient. Guys, if you aren't following me on my social medias, go ahead and follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Strictly Taxes. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's expiration day, ladies and gentlemen. So I have nothing that expires tomorrow. So I don't know. We're just gonna see what expiration does. Tomorrow's Friday, last day of the week. We got expiration for next week if we hold on to these plays. And ladies and gentlemen, if you got any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments, and we'll talk tomorrow.